Hello everyone, thank you all for joining me today. My name is Jermaine Please. I will be teaching you how to edit CSS in WordPress. First off, I want you to learn these two documentations at the bottom. These two technologies, I want you to go ahead and learn HTML and CSS. HTML is the properties, okay, and CSS is the elements. That is what you'll be seeing today. When you see me explaining how to use it, how to apply them to your website, okay? And also, I want you to download Chrome browser, because the Chrome browser has the CSS editor that we'll be using in this tutorial today, okay? And these are very easy to learn. These are very easy to learn. Each one will take about an hour to learn. So you'll put in about 2 hours to gain the knowledge of these two great technologies. These are the foundation of the internet. Without them, you'll have black and white. You will have different windows and images without CSS. HTML, you have maybe a submit button and a submit box, some type of container with no color in it with text. And CSS adds color, adds positioning, adds all types of great functionality to HTML. So that's the reason why CSS exists, because it adds style to HTML properties. So you can look at HTML properties as a house or just some type of structure, but CSS is adding color, positioning, and style to whatever H2 tags, H1 tags that exist on your website. Okay, so let's get to it. Now I'm going to shift to another window so that you can see some examples of what I mean. Okay, say for instance, we're gonna go ahead and open the CSS editor. All you have to do is hover over a property, an HTML property that you would like to change the element of. So go ahead and right click, press inspect. Okay, this is the property right here. All you have to do is this is the H1 property right here. Click on it, and it'll bring down the actual this is the property that you want to change. Say this is the href property. So click on it, and it'll pop up right here. And I'll show you how to do some inline CSS editing per post in the future, just to give you an idea of why this is this, why it looks like this. Like for instance, div, this is a container, basically container for an element, a property, HTML property. This is HTML, div is HTML, but this is, and where it says class is holding the actual, is holding the CSS elements. But as you click down here, as you see, it's the properties within that CSS element. So, and I'll explain that further along. Just keep in mind that whatever, as you can see, it highlights whenever I go over a property. These are the properties that you can change on your website. Okay, so just when you click on header class, like say for instance, I click on header class, and I want to change the element of the header. Let's see here, and it'll go deeper into the code. And when I click here, and it gives me the actual the actual property that has elements that I can change. So as you can see, it has the blue right here. I can go ahead and change it. Let's see here, and it gives you a live world view of how it would look, an ideal look of what it would look like. It's not actually changing anything. This will change after I copy and paste it into the actual file. So that's what is so cool about the CSS editor. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change anything, constantly going to your file, changing it, and then going back and look and seeing if it fits, if the way it looks fits for you. Okay, so you can change it to anything that you would like until you are satisfied, and copy and paste it to your file on WordPress. That is what is so awesome about this editor. You can look at the world view of it without having to actually change anything. And after you're finished, then you can do whatever you want. You can copy and paste it in any way you want. Now let's see here. I can go and change the paragraph. Let's see. I go into a container page. Let's see. I want to change the color. Let me see how color. Let's say brown. I can change the color to brown. You see what I'm saying? And if I want to, I can change the size. And again, learn these technologies as I showed you earlier today, so you can be able to use them on your website. And remember, once you change something in the CSS file, the overall file, in the customization feature area of the of WordPress, this entire thing will change. But the future post, the post that you create in the future, will be brown and gray if that's the color. That's the color that you change your properties to. So remember, if you're not going to edit per post, edit inline, edit your posts, and overall by using the customization area and editing it in additional CSS, all this will change, and whatever posts that you add in the future will change. Whatever updates, whatever articles that you publish will be brown and gray. Just to let you know. All right. So the size, I can change the size to 10 pixels. Let's say 10 pixels. You see how small it goes. I can say 19 or whatever. I can say. I can let's see, I can do position. I can position things. I don't bother positioning too much because it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right in mobile. So I tend to not really use position, but I'm showing you anyways of what you can do if you only have desktop users. This would be great for them, but mobile users, I would not suggest it. If you're using both mobile and desktop, if you have mobile and desktop visitors, I wouldn't suggest this because it breaks everything up. Let me see, relative. Let's see. I want to move it from the left. It starts from the left, from right here, and it's going to push it to the right. Let's see here, 20 pixels. You see how it moves. And mobile, it would not look right, but on the desktop it looks great. Okay, but anyhow, you can do that. Let's see, you can use let me see, and that's all really CSS is. It's really positioning, adding color and size and things like that. The margin tab right here. It's different things, line height. It just giving your website an overall look, basically. And it is I've been using it for several of my websites. I used it for this website, as you can see. I changed the color. You see, I changed the color of the bar right here to gray. I positioned this where it can look pretty decent. As you can see, it look pretty good in the mobile form. If I had it in a mobile website, it looks pretty good. So, and it is what it is. So that is pretty much what CSS is. This is how to edit it in live presentation. As you can see, as you scroll across the board right here, basically when you scroll across here, it's giving you the location of the property, and that's all you're doing really. You're finding the location of the property that you want to change. Say if you wanted to change the header area right here, you wanted to change this the header area, you can easily go to the top. Let's see. Except I want to change the body, and I said I want to say, okay, here's the body. I identified here's the property. The property is right here, and I wanted to change it. Say border radius the border radius, that's around the edges. I say I want to say 10%, 10 pixels. Let me see if that changes. I think it does show the, I think this is the property, but if it's not, let me see here. No, it didn't change anything, but so that's not the property, but it changes the edges to like a curly, like a rounded edge. Let me see. But anyhow, I'm gonna show you exactly. I'm gonna finish this off by showing you how to add this to your website. But you can use border radius to change the edges of the website. This is the 2012 theme, so whatever theme that you may use, you can change it around, change whatever you want around. Let me see here. And say, for instance, if I say color red, I can easily, all I have to do is, now if I want that, if that is what I want, all I have to do is copy this right here, starting from the property where it says article, all the way down, and it's darkened, it's bold and dark, and until you reach the curly brackets and the elements between, copy it. After you copy it, go to customize. Go to additional CSS. Scroll down here where it says 1. Right click, paste, and this will change. You see it changes. Now, for whatever article that I create in the future, it's going to have this. It's going to have the color red. If you have not defined it per post, if you have not defined CSS per post, and you change an additional CSS, it's going to change the overall website's style. Okay. And what you do is you press publish. After you press publish, that is it. And then you have your the style change, the styles changes, and that is it. That is how you edit. That is how to edit CSS in WordPress. Okay. My name is Jermaine Please of Web Hosting Throne. Visit me in the future for more tutorials, and I will see you guys in the near future. And also, I'll be showing you how to do inline CSS per post. Okay. See you guys later.